CCTV footage showed Samaru was killed by police after surrendering in St. Augustine last week. His partner, Kaya Seeley, was left paralyzed. The Homeland Security Minister is remaining tight-lipped on calls for Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara to resign. Since defending the officers involved in the fatal police shooting of Joshua Samaru, they've been mounting calls from activists, groups and Samaru's family for Guevara to step down. They fear his defense of the officers jeopardizes the neutrality of the investigation.
Minister, there's been call for the Commissioner of Police to resign. What are your thoughts on that?
I didn't call.
Those were your 6 a.m. news headlines. We'll have another news update at the top of the hour right here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network.
Morning Brew is brought to you by Omega XL. Live long, stay strong.
You know, there's never a dull moment in this Twin Island State, Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, it's Wednesday, and we get a chance to check in with some of the activity and action out of the Sister Isle Tobago for the Tobago Talks segment. So that's taking place after 7. Let me firstly say, of course, good morning and welcome. Seem like my partner there with the camera walking to the wall, but hey, it's all part of the mix. We're going to keep it moving as we head across to the main studio to get into this morning's action. Sit back, relax. We are getting ready. Open a second time for the Morning Brew. See you soon. You hear my voice? I don't come from. I don't think last night with Kes. I mash up, but we're here. We're going to make it happen. All right, see you soon.
My mother tell me there's nothing wrong with any interaction with son. So if you see me jam a girl and I have a woman, just know that fate is not good. So don't come here to judge. Another girl I jam with, I take a little dance with. So
yes, running in with energy this morning, even though the voice might be a bit shaky, we're going to still make it work. Had a nice, amazing activation last evening with Kes Defantala and his team for the pre-pump. He will put on this concert for all down in the Southland. We went to the South Park car park last evening, and it was a time for all who attended. We say thank you so much, and we're going to see you next Tuesday for the Iswi Roots and Rhythm, Queen's Park Savannah, the mecca of the carnival for Kes and his friends for what's not just a concert, it's going to be a festival. So much happening in the days ahead. Jason Williams signing on. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and let's go through with some of the major developments via the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. As mentioned, Tobago Talks, that's happening after 7, so there's a development concerning the Sea Bridge, and we will touch in with Curtis Williams. We'll check base, check in, touch base actually. He is there with the chamber, and he will bring forward some of the concerns and more so recommendations to sort and to give that ease to those who send goods on a regular to Sweet Tobago. Let's head across now to the front page and see what's happening. I'm looking at this HTC development. I'll need to get some more details on this. I saw it on the news last evening. I mean, obviously I was down at Kes, but I did the replay. I'll usually either log in to the YouTube link, which is, seamless, and I can imagine all these options put us in this #1 position. So kudos to the news team, the #1 newscast in the country, the newscast preferred by all, especially our friends overseas who stay on top of what's happening here at home. So kudos to the entire team for making that possible. So when I got home very late, I said, hey, HTC hike fees. I said, I'll read the Guardian in the morning. So I did. I checked out, gave a little, analysis there. I went into page 5, still trying to make sense of all of this. So I will stand by for the conversations with the experts on this particular issue going forward. But again, you can be guided. There is a little perspective on it. Clearly, what's happening is that the housing minister caught off guard by new levies on transfer and sale properties, but the PM defends the move. Ex-housing minister says it's scandalous. So if there's going to be any kind of transfer, any kind of move, there are some fees now attached, and there's an actual breakdown inside the Guardian on this Wednesday morning. Wednesday the 4th, by the way. Who could believe? We are racing away in this 2026. Also, the Senate President rejects 2 motions brought against the PM. I mean, are you surprised? I mean, it's Wade Mark, folks. And I must say, as I would have mentioned many times on the program, I would have had my own perspective on Wade Mark over the years, looking at him from a distance. Getting to meet the man, I've had great interactions, and I've grown really fond of Wade Mark on a more personal level. Because what you see lots of time is really just, I mean, he's a paid actor. I've said that time and time again. He is one that, outside of on that Senate floor, at least when he was in the Senate, I mean, he's the president now, so he'll have his own little area there in the upper house, his own quarters. But on the floor, I could say with no fear of contradiction, I saw it with my own eyes, he was one of the few men that was able to interact and laugh and hug up everybody. He's been there so long, he's almost like a stalwart, really, a pillar there in the parliament. But when it comes to the scenario there that was brought before, I mean, come on, and I'm not surprised. At the end of the day, we have seen time and time again when a particular appointment is made via the Speaker, via the Senate President, and this happens on both sides of the divide. Lots of times, that person is in the bowels, in the bosom, as it will, of a political party, and they make decisions accordingly. And again, it's nothing new. It's something that we have seen time and time again since, as I always say, I've been in khaki pants and tall socks. We're talking years. So it's a deeper conversation. I know there's a big debate now as it relates to the independence. But while we have that debate, let's put in the pot immediately the position of Senate President and Speaker of the House, because clearly I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised with how certain businesses handle and what happens and the kind of utterances that are allowed to pass. And again, I'm not talking about just this current dispensation, We are talking here from when, since rocker ages. It's nothing new, and it happens on both sides of the divide. So it's part of a bigger discussion that obviously after the carnival dust settles, we could have. I look forward. Let's head to the back page. See what's happening via sports. So Barbados edged TNT, boy. That's what you're telling me? Congratulations, Barbados. I mean, I'm rather surprised, because I know usually we are able to more or less handle Barbados. So clearly, a devastating loss, I would say, to the young Trinidad and Tobago team, because I'm sure they went into that game with a sense of confidence, knowing the track record, and we have had the up on Barbados for a long time. Well, on the women's side, clearly, it's a golfing class. The girls would have dealt with the Barbados junior women team very brutal a couple days ago. But as it relates to the boys, it's a loss, and they'll have to rally up and go again. But congrats, Barbados. What can we say? Hey, well done. I know Barbados is more a basketball country. They're big on basketball across there, and of course there's a game they play. It's before pickleball. Bajans, they will go in the road and they play a kind of tennis on the ground. Oh my goodness, I can't remember the name. The name slips me this morning. But they have their own sporting culture there, their own sporting culture and their own energy. And football, I would say, is a little bit lower down on the spectrum. Of course, cricket is very prominent. They do road racing there in Barbados. So they have a vibrant sporting energy there. They're also into those obstacle races, like those challenges, like the Warrior. They like them kind of things. So this result here, when I saw the result, I ball. All right, well, what can we say? Junior TNT team, pull up your socks and let's go again. Let's head now to the brief. Well, hey, Valentine's is in the air. A couple here, five years together, celebrating. Nice little picnic. I have a picnic story. I took a girl years ago. I was a teen, thinking picnic is the deal, and when I pull up by these same hollows, lay down the little sheet, my mom helped me cook a little something. I remember that, like it was yesterday. The girl said, "What you feel it is? You want me to sit down here for ants to bite me?" and they eat in the bush. But you go from here, never do a picnic again, right? That was it for my picnic days, So this year, I'm happy to see that, of course, Jamark and Naomi, they're able to do something I always wanted to do. I don't know, probably I could give it a try again in this modern time. Probably the girls evolve, I don't know. But back then, she wasn't here, and she wanted to go to the movies on the AC. Or sit down in grass with ants. So well done, happy Valentine's, and the couple there, very loving indeed, Naomi Nanton and Jamark. This is a good look. Well done, happy Valentine's, congratulations. And also Sandu Carnival goes ahead without competition. So that development here in the brief. Before we head to the first conversation, let's see what's happening via our Carnival Roundup page. Oh yes, QRC Fete Royale. Oh, that is tremendous. Look at the QRC scenario there. I mean, women coming out, well dressed, all smiles. I will like carnival is really woman, Take woman out the carnival fall down flat, The carnival fall down flat. Flat, come on, man. Wizard, I don't even want to consider it. I didn't want to give it a consideration, but well done, QRC Fete Royale. I heard it was a time, and again, to all those who gave QRC that support, all the schools, a matter of fact, sincere thanks. Let's take that pause. We get ready to touch base with Dr. LeBlanc. She joins me. World Cancer Day, a very important conversation, and the theme this morning, United by Unique. Dr. LeBlanc, she's next.
My business and mine your own. Don't judge because I have no control.
What, boy? The game showing clean, dog.
Hey, it's fast internet and best entertainment I paying for,
Yeah, girl. Yeah, my girl, eh? The call not sticking. So why you taking so long to reply to your messages?
Hey, I get Wi-Fi quite out here.
Yeah, boy, that's ampler. But what you doing outside? Come inside and lime now.
I come in there.
Wi-Fi so fast, you'll be saying,
hey, it's ampler.
Friday, Frolic Friday, February 13th. Meet us at Fete Yard, Queen's Hall, Port of Spain, from 5 p.m. to midnight. Performing live, Voice, Nadia Batson, Mikael Teja, Destro Garcia, Lil Kerry, Ding Dong, Anika Berry, and more. The premium food inclusive Cooler Fete. Tickets are $500. Log on to KenSimmonsTT.com for all the info. Frolic for the love of Carnival. Sponsored by Simon's Musical Supplies, Food Hall, RC Mass, and Campari.
It's simple mathematics, actually. We think that investment is extremely complicated, but it's not. It's really mathematical formulae managed in a way to make sure that you earn and you understand what you're earning, and that allows you to plan for the future. That's what we give our clients.
First Line Securities, helping Trinidad and Tobago invest for almost 2 decades. Invest with us.
Period nights don't have to look like this. Move less, wake up to change. So change for a real night's sleep with Always Overnight. Its 3 times protection system absorbs, locks the fluid, and keeps it away from your skin. For protected nights without leaks. Always.
Move from CXC to your business management degree in just over 2 years with the globally and ACTT recognized ABE qualification at CTS College. Students with limited CSEC passes or mature candidates with work experience can enroll. Each level can be completed in under 6 months, with a diploma awarded upon completion of each level and a bachelor's degree awarded at the end of the entire program. Contact CTS College today and ask about our flexible payment terms.
She love the roti, she love the choka, she love the baigan.
You ever jump in a car after a fete knowing that the driver more tipsy than you? Yeah, you make it home, but not everybody lucky like you. No, we're not taking that chance in Carnival 2026, all right? We're making better choices. Choose a designated driver or book a ride. Remember, better choices, safer Carnival. I could pick mango, I could pick guava, I could pick tamarind. We're making better choices, so designate a driver.
Roti, She love the choker, she love the bygone. Evie, you're speeding, you're joking. Cause I'm sailing and I'm floating. You want me drooling, you are fooling. Both at the same time. See me high and drunk at the same time. Girl,
at the same time. Hey, Lero, well done with this track. This is a smasher for Carnival 2026. So outside of all the Carnival excitement, it's important to get into the conversations, the life-changing conversations, and cancer is one that impacts, I believe, everyone. When we look at the stats, hence the reason the theme this morning, United by Unique. This is interesting. I'm seeing here 10 million people die from cancer every year. That's more than HIV, AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis combined. So there's every corner of the globe, every corner, all four corners of the globe, we could look and recognize that there is someone who's looking on, who we might know, who knows someone who would have passed or would have been able to battle and, through therapy and just share grit, conquer cancer. And it's important to keep the conversation and awareness going. We welcome Dr. LeBlanc. She joins me on the Zoom line, medical professional, medical practitioner, medical doctor. Dr. LeBlanc, good morning to you. And it is World Cancer Day today.
Yes, good morning, JW. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. It's so good to see you.
It is always a pleasure to see you. And I mean, obviously, with the recognition that, I guess, solidarity that is going to be shared by families across the world, those who we remember, who we would have lost, and more so those who would have survived. It's a very important day, I would imagine. I know lots happening within the carnival space, but it's paramount we have this discussion. What's in place for today? What's part of, what usually would take place other than conversations on World Cancer Day?
Well, this is the one day that we commemorate worldwide to remember this dreadful disease. But the theme is, and has been for the past 2 years and now going on to 2027, United by Unique. JW, this means that we want to look at every patient as an individual. So patient care needs to be individualized. The journey is all individual. So while cancer, you tend to have similar symptoms, it's never going to be the same experience for every patient. But not only that, JW, the PAHO and WHO have come together and we have to work hard at eradicating this disease. And this can only be done through empowerment, education, screening for early detection, and changing of our lifestyles, because cancer, in effect, is a lifestyle disease. So it's very important today, on February 4th, 2026, for us to come together, remember what we as individuals can do when it comes to our prevention program, dare I say, designed for us to prevent cancer, knowing our family history, understanding, and also, as you say, remembering those that we may have lost because their death has not been in vain. It's allowed for research. It's allowed for much more progress in this field for treatment. And most importantly as well, to empower and remember those that are going through this journey, JW. And I have quite a few friends and family, unfortunately, that are journeying this road right now.
Let me ask Dr. LeBlanc, what significant strides would have been made in recent years in cancer treatment? Some of the most significant strides and breakthroughs?
When we talk about significant strides and breakthroughs, I think I like to come down very parlance, dare I say, that there's more investigation on the markers, on targeted treatment for each cancer, using more immunotherapies. The chemo drugs and the chemotherapy agents actually have, while they have side effects, JW, it's not a blanket of, oh my gosh, I'm taking chemo, I'm going to die, because that was the thought for most people when they heard they had cancer, that it was going to be death because chemo will kill you or cancer will kill you. So that has changed tremendously. The strides in detection, the strides have been made, immense strides have been made in terms of the type of radiation, different types of radiation that exists now. So there's not always collateral damage there, I say, depending on the cancers. And, just understanding what survivorship is about, that has also changed. And a lot of that is due to consistent research, thanks to all those hardworking researchers worldwide that are taking us in far places and unique places.
I know empirical data is important in the fight against cancer. What's the empirical saying concerning early detection? Are people taking advice, taking heed of words like come in, check on yourself? I know you always give that advice. What's Empirical saying at this point in time?
I definitely know that we have to do more. We need more education and empowerment when it comes to not being fearful of doing a screening, of hearing that, you may have cancer, we're seeing a suspicious lump, we're seeing a suspicious lesion. We definitely need to do much more when it comes to that. And what we need to understand, JW, is that because of all the research that's been done, we have to empower our populations to know that a diagnosis does not equate death, to understand that early detection is key to fighting this disease. And JW, it's so important. We're seeing much more people coming to our clinics, for example, in the Cancer Society. In my practice, I see much more people being aware of their cancer screening and what they need to do. And know the age-appropriate screening that's for you. Understand, have that discussion with your practitioner. And most importantly is to listen to your body. JW Paho did a cancer code for Latin America and the Caribbean. And it's just everything we speak about in terms of our lifestyle. What can we do as individuals? And that includes that screening package. It includes understanding, and it includes us really leading healthier lifestyles. And we have seen increase in screening, but we have much more to do because we're still not getting where we need to get. And we have goals. We have to eradicate this disease, but we have to bring down those numbers. You've already said 10 million in the world. And if we don't do the right things, if we're not empowering our populations, if we're not coming together, and this is all holistic, JW, talking about climate change, about doing your screening, about the quality of food production, getting vaccinated where appropriate, doing your screening, all those things. If we don't empower and continue to solidify and consolidate these practices, then by 2050 we will increase to 35 million deaths by cancer worldwide, and that's not something we need or want.
And I'm looking at another stat that is quite staggering, which says about half of the world's population still does not have access to basic medical attention, the medical services, medical service. That's staggering, Dr. LeBlanc.
And it's staggering, and I know we need to understand, and I want us to understand that it affects all of the countries in the world, from the first world to the second and the third world countries, or the low to medium socioeconomic countries. It affects all of us, and we have to, as countries, as NGOs, as populations, as physicians, continuously strive to increase the access and decrease the barrier to access to simple healthcare services and practices such as screening for cancers and other lifestyle diseases. And so important to understand that the leaders of the world have to come together and really forge this and make it happen and we talk about this all the time, about talking the talk and walking the walk. I talk about my grandmother all the time, and she was hit by 2 cancers. I say hit because she did that journey twice. The second journey she unfortunately did not survive. And this was a woman that had a healthy lifestyle. So but there were still things that might have been missing. But she did have a fear, and I'll be very frank, a fear with the second round. And so she kept back from us and didn't tell. And we need to debunk that. We need to get rid of that fear of saying something. We need to not be daunted by that. Reach out, get that support early so that we can increase survivorship.
Indeed, and understand one's family history. I want to ask you, when we look at the Trinidad and Tobago experience, what's the most prominent cancer here in Trinidad and Tobago on the male side and the female side?
So for the females, it's between breast and cervical cancer. And for the men, it's between prostate, lung, and colorectal. So right now in Trinidad and Tobago. And it's JW, we just have to do better. We have to do better. And we have amazing healthcare professionals in the country. Both public and private sectors offer screening. The Trinidad and Tobago Cancer Society offers amazing screening services, all subsidized by the Ministry of Health as well. So that allows them, again, breaking through that barrier and allowing for easier access to very simple screening services. And they also go out into the communities. But speak to your healthcare practitioners, speak to your doctors, do your annual checkups, because there are cancers, JW, that we cannot screen for, because screening means we're looking for something, a disease in a so-called normal population. So what you need to do is when you get your annual checkups, the doctor asks you certain questions about each organ and each system in the body, and that allows us to then decide, do we need to do a workup? Do we need to investigate further? And that is what will save your life. That is what gives you better survivorship. The cost of treating a cancer patient at a later stage versus the cost of treating a cancer patient at an earlier stage is immense and a drastic change. And we know that worldwide we're going through an economic crisis and we're going through so much, and so we really have to, as individuals, do our part, and that includes how we sleep, how we eat, how we exercise, how we manage our weight through exercise and what we eat. Alcohol intake, if you're not drinking, don't start. If you're drinking, cut down or stop completely. No smoking, no vaping. No smoking and no vaping.
And in that regard, because I know you mentioned lung as one of the challenges with the men, and I'm sure there are women who also go through that. Is there data to show the lung cancer that we see in men and women is correlated to said smoking and vaping, or is it just more the environmental factors that's bringing, because I know there are people who don't smoke and drink and they still end up getting lung cancer. What's the real source and essence behind that? What's the cause?
So lung cancer has different risk factors, but smoking and vaping are risk factors, but then we do have environmental risk factors as well as secondhand smoke. So you can be a non-smoker, but you're a secondhand smoker for years, and therefore that is a risk factor for you. So there are other risk factors. So lung cancer is not only due to smoking and vaping. There are other risk factors, but one of the main risk factors of lung cancer is smoking and vaping, and we need to continuously educate the population, because we cannot switch from one evil to the next, which is tobacco, to the vaping, to the ends. We really need to do better, and we have to continuously educate our younger generations, especially. What I'm seeing now in just the festivity of Carnival is astounding to me for both men and women in terms of the amount of vaping being done, and it's really staggering, and we have to enforce those tobacco laws and get vaping in our legislation. We just have to do better. We have to do better, because cancer is not a joke, JW. I'm telling you that I walk this walk consistently with a lot of my patients, but it hits harder when it's your friends and your family, obviously. But with your patients, if you have patients over years and you're doing that walk, we have to do better. It's a very hard walk, It's not an impossible walk, but it's a difficult one, because this is something that you have to really mentally, physically, spiritually be ready for. And a patient said to me, JW, let's not use the word fight because it seems so negative, but sometimes it does feel like a battle. So we do have to find a nicer way to say it, but we have to overcome and dominate this disease.
Well, an important conversation, and I know it's one we will continue at a later date. Dr. LeBlanc, always great to see you. Have a safe one, and thanks as always for the amazing advice, for the passion. We hear it in your voice, and it's one, as mentioned, we will continue in the days and weeks ahead. All the best, Dr. LeBlanc.
Thank you very much, and don't let today just be the day we talk about cancer. Let's really come together and make a change in our health.
Indeed, well said. World Cancer Day, indeed a very important one, and the theme, United by Unique. We're going to continue with that health and wellness conversation as we welcome the manager of the expanded program on immunization, influenza vaccination drive. It's on, and we're going to hear from our guest, Grace Suchan. She's up next.
Trinidad and Tobago Carnival presents, for the very first time, at the Carnival Village, Queen's Park, Savannah, Port of Spain, Chutney Soca Monarch, the semi-final show. Friday, 30th January, showtime, 7 p.m. 25 artists. RG the band, one stage, one night. Only 10 go to the final. Absolutely free to the public. Call 868-468-8728 or email southexevents@gmail.com. CSM 26.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Thank you for celebrating all special moments with us. For exclusive offers, call us at 701-6488, 701-6680, or 775-9191, or visit our website to order.
Okay, let me see you, Cherry Hill. Yeah, now take it back. Let me see you rock off, shake off, shake off. Let me see you rock off, rock off. Let me see you kick right. Now step forward, now step back.
Lucozade, bring the energy.
Rock off,
unbeatable
rock
taste,
off.
new look.
Shake off, shake off. Let me see you rock off, rock off.
Excuse me, excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Drop this.
Biostrat food supplements for vitality and well-being.
You now reach out. What was that?
You ever take a drink from somebody you really don't know? Well, some free drinks can come with a very heavy price. And this year, we're not thirsty for trouble. So choose to keep an eye on your drink. And if you didn't pour it, don't drink it. Don't drink from nobody, baby. Cause this year we're making better choices. Oh, Lord, for a safer carnival.
When there's a high tide, it sweeps everything along with it.
Your brother is a good man, son. Give him a chance.
I'm going to kill him.
He'll come back to me. I'm sure of it. Meanwhile, my marriage is failing.
The only thing you've done in your life was to choose her.
I pronounce you legally married husband and wife.
Don't miss the gripping drama Cabo. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on CNC3.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
Get the story first. Want to know what's happening in news, sports, or crime? Get the CNC3 app. As the story breaks, CNC3 is there giving you the story first on your mobile device. Be connected to the most trusted and reliable news source, CNC3. Access your world with just a tap. The CNC3 app. Download it today.
Girl, just bend down, let me slip it in. Turn round and then look at me. You're hot like a cup of tea. Why make him a property? And you're looking good by your tuba.
I'm so happy Grace Asukchan is here with me this morning. She took some time out of her schedule to really spread the message and to get into a most timely conversation. I mean, obviously, lots of focus on the carnival, and as we can see with our own eyes, we can see via the international news what's happening with the weather in the US, with Europe. And there's this particular uptick after the carnival, especially when the diaspora makes their way to the shores. And there's that natural interaction, the coughing, the whining, the up in each other's face, and people really go down in a serious way after carnival. So we want that to not be your reality for 2026 and beyond. We welcome Grace, the manager of the expanded program on immunization, and we're treating here with the influenza vaccine in time for Carnival 2026.
Correct.
Great to see you, Grace. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Jason. It's wonderful to be here. So yes, it's not only the Carnival season, but here in Trinidad and Tobago, it's the flu season.
It is flu season. But I know, I've seen, and I'm sure the empiricals show, there is usually, is there usually an uptick? I remember personally kind of going down after Carnival and having to say, oh my gosh, I have to stay home and catch myself.
That's correct. See, our flu season runs from October to May of the following year, but our peak season starts between December month and then peaks around February, March of this year. So we are actually in the peak season for influenza.
I have the storm, as it will. And that is correlated to lots of folks coming in from overseas.
That is correct. We have, as you mentioned, the cold weather in some countries. A lot of people come to the Caribbean to get the warm, to enjoy Carnival here in Trinidad and Tobago. Unfortunately, when they come, they also bring all these viruses with us. So we need to protect ourselves, protect the population, and if we want to enjoy Carnival, the best thing to do is to make sure you protect yourself.
I would imagine to take the vaccine, one will have to be in good stead, in a good condition, because I've also heard you can't really be sick and then you're going to take the vaccine. It wouldn't really make any sense at that point.
Absolutely. What we advise persons, if you are experiencing symptoms, it could be the common cold, not necessarily flu. But if you are experiencing symptoms, you are advised to wait until your symptoms clear, and then you can go and get the vaccine.
What's the major difference really between, I would say, the common cold and the most dreaded flu?
So, very important. A common cold is mild. It comes on gradually. When you get the flu, it hits you like a truck. Sudden, you get severe body pains, you're aching, you feel terrible, you have headaches, you sore throat, you're coughing, you have high fever, chills. So you really feel ill and you cannot get off your bed to come out to work, or even children in cases to go to school, because you feel really sick, and that is sudden. Whereas with common cold, it's mild. You get a sore throat, you might get sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, but you know, it clears up on its own. It's mild.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, obviously, we have everybody looking on, we could all relate to getting the flu and being down and out. I remember, oh my goodness, it's at a Carnival Greece after. I never feel so before, you know. Full up, lie down there, coconut water, sweating, no appetite. It was the worst, and I promised myself never to go through that again. So let me know, where can we get the vaccine? I know you all had a drive initially, and I understand it continues. So where you head to next? So the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with Regional Health Authority, they ran a lot of outreach sites to offer the vaccines from January 9th, and it has basically, in most areas, come to a close. However, on the North Central Regional Health Authority, we have extra foods in Arima and Endeavour is continuing the flu drive between Thursdays and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And on the Southwest Regional Health Authority, today actually at San Fernando Teaching Hospital, they're offering the vaccines for anyone who walks in. C3 on the 6th and 7th of February. At Point Fortin Hospital is on the 6th of February. The Cancer Center South is also on the 6th of February. And on the 7th, which is Saturday, you have Coover District Health Facility, Cedars Health Center, Pinal Health Center, and Maruga Health Center, offering the vaccines between the hours of 8 to 4. I'll be at C3 on Saturday. What time is the vaccine available on Saturday, the 7th at C3?
Between 11 to 4 p.m.
Okay.
Right. In addition to that, all health centers are given the vaccines. Persons can walk in. It takes less than 5 minutes to get a vaccine. You don't need to walk with an immunization card. You just walk in there and you will ask for the vaccines and you'll get it.
One of the most common questions people ask when taking a vaccine are side effects. Any side effects with this particular vaccine?
So with every vaccine, Jason, you get a mild, you might get a little irritation on the arm, the area. You might get a sore throat. That is mild, that is expected. That is like your body priming itself for the real virus. So what you do is you get the vaccine, your body produces antibodies. And obviously if you're having that reaction, it means the vaccine is working. It is expected.
Understood. And it's a one shot?
It is a one shot.
Yeah, quick in and out, just said less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, this is a most important conversation, and I would imagine even after the carnival, do you all plan to continue with the rollout? Because as you would have mentioned, all health centers would be well stocked. But as it pertains to certain these private sector organizations that you've partnered with, the Extra Foods, the C3s, you all plan to keep that momentum going, because you would have said it's October to May. I didn't even realize there's actual season for the flu.
There is a season for the flu. So various regional health authorities work, and what they are also doing in addition to this is that they are honoring requests. So you have organizations who will write to the regional health authority and request vaccines for their particular group of workers, communities, like for instance, we also have the Geriatric Society of Trinidad and Tobago that are setting up venues around the areas and are requesting the vaccines for their members. So this initiative will continue all the way until May. The vaccines are available. Anyone can access the vaccines. However, very important, I'd like to mention that we do have the high-risk groups that we focus on. These are children 5 years and under, the elderly 65 years and over, pregnant women, and even if you're pregnant and you deliver, the vaccines provide protection to your baby for the first 6 months. We also targeting healthcare workers and especially persons with chronic disease conditions. These are persons, if they get the flu virus, are unable to battle it. Mm-hmm. You know, they may end up severely ill with pneumonia, hospitalization, and in some cases death. We have had cases of persons contracting the influenza virus and dying.
Yeah, you know, it's something that we don't hear of all the time, but that's a stark reality. Yes. And I've seen recently where a good friend of mine had to actually go to hospital, got the flu and got some issues with their lung, and you know, it was a real cause for concern, and a young person too, you know.
Yes. See, the influenza virus, it affects your nose, your throat, and your lungs.
So again, just give me the rollout one more time as to, because I already put down, because I know I'll be in C3 on Saturday, so I've definitely, if I don't make it to a health center before then, you said between 11 to 4.
To 4, yeah.
Right? Just give me again the full, all the areas.
Again, so Extra Foods, Arima, and Endeavour continues Thursday to Saturday between the hours of 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. At Southwest Regional Health Authority, today at San Fernando Teaching Hospital between the hours of 8 to 4. The 6th and 7th of February, as we mentioned in C3, Point Fortin Health Center is also on the 6th. The Cancer Center of Trinidad and Tobago South is also on the 6th of February this month, yes, and on the 7th, which is Saturday, you have the COVID District Health Facility, Cedros Health Center, Pinal Health Center, and Maruga Health Center offering the vaccines between the hours of 8 to 4, but persons can walk into any of their health centers and access the vaccines.
And you heard the information there in real time. I must ask Ms. Sukchan, is there any other virus floating around at this point in time that requires vaccination outside of the flu virus?
So there are other viruses that circulate throughout. I know the influenza. I know there have been discussion about what is happening in America with the subclade K, and I imagine that's where that question comes from. But we have been closely monitoring the situation in Trinidad and Tobago. Surveillance continue. The Epidemiology Division of Ministry of Health is closely monitoring the circulation of various viruses, and they can report with respect to it. We have not seen any of that virus here in Trinidad and Tobago to date. It's mostly we find the influenza type B that is circulating, but we are closely monitoring the situation, and therefore we are offering the vaccines to protect persons.
And added to the vaccine, I think that we need to just keep on top of the campaign to just remind everyone to keep doing the right thing. I think we're just going right back to default mode where people coughing in each other's face, coughing in the hand, nobody washing the hand. You know, it's like, oh my goodness, we have seen in real time the impact of that kind of behavior. And I remember there was a point where everybody was, you know, very conscious of it and sanitizing everything. It was spray down, and we're going right back to square one.
And this is something we should have continued. Hand washing. You cannot overwash your hands. So washing your hands, practicing, you know, when you're coughing to a disposable tissue. If you don't have something available, the crook of your arms, so that you don't spread the virus. If you are not able to wash your hands, then, you know, use a hand sanitizer. And please, if you feel you have the virus or you're coming down with something, wear a mask. Protect yourself, protect your loved ones.
And I would imagine too, even for the parents or adults, if you're not feeling well, best you just stay at home.
Stay at home. Don't go out there to work and spread the virus. Don't send your children to school, because one child walks into school with the virus and the entire class, you know, gets infected.
Yeah, Grace, I mean, very important work you do. How many people make up the unit? Because I know you're the manager. How big is this? How big is your staff?
So it's a small unit, basically. We have about 6 persons there, but we work closely with the Regional Health Authority. Our purpose, really, our job is to procure the vaccines and make sure it's available under the Ministry of Health towards all the Regional Health Authority, and we do provide vaccines to some of the persons in the private sector as well.
And we have enough vaccines in stock?
And we have enough vaccines in stock. Adequate vaccines in stock. We are focusing on the high-risk group, but anyone can walk into the health center and request the vaccines.
That's right, Grace. Any closing words as we wrap things up? Any closing remarks?
I just want to tell persons, you may think that the influenza is mild, it's a common cold. It is not. It is severe. It causes really severe symptoms. You feel terrible. I want to advise the population to protect yourself as you go out this carnival season. You know, people invest a lot into carnival. They save their money, they spend their money, you know, to book tickets, to go to these events, buy costume. You want to be able to enjoy your carnival safely. Please go out there. 5 minutes can save you so much if you get the virus and you're stuck at home and you cannot, you know, enjoy the carnival season.
Yeah, well said, Grace. You know, that's advice in real time for a real circumstance that many would have had to unfortunately endure, including myself. Tell you, Grace, when I tell you, full up. I said, but you know with me, I mean, I felt it was the worst. That was some years ago, and I promised myself to not go through that again. Grace Sukchan, manager, expanded program on immunization, giving everyone advice and putting us in the direction where we can indeed get the vaccine and give ourselves that layer of protection going into the carnival season, and more so beyond. It's not just for carnival, it's beyond. All the best, Grace.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're most welcome. Let's get ready for the pause. We come back much more before we head to the news update at 7.
Carnival Friday, Frolic Friday, February 13th. Meet us at Fed Yard, Queen's Hall, Port of Spain, from 5 p.m. to midnight. Performing live, Voice, Nadia Batson, Mikael Teja, Destro Garcia, Lil Kerry, Ding Dong, Anika Berry, and more. The premium food inclusive cooler fair. Tickets are $500. Log on to KenSimmonsTT.com for all the info. Frolic for the love of Carnival. Sponsored by Simon's Musical Supplies, Food Hall, RC Mass, and Campari.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance, but we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza, in Deva Chaguanas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 4705 and visit us soon.
Carnival is coming, and you want to feel confident in your body. But when your appetite is low, gaining healthy weight can be a real challenge. That's where Apetamin comes in, an appetite stimulant that helps support better eating and healthy weight gain. With improved appetite, your body gets the nourishment it needs to build natural shape and fullness. So when carnival time reaches, you feel good, confident, and comfortable in your costume. Start Apetamin now and get carnival ready. Apetamin is available at pharmacies nationwide. Check your favorite pharmacy for special deals.
Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung, and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2, Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services. Stomach discomfort again? Bloating, cramps, irregular bathroom habits? Meet Vivera, your daily support for a balanced gut. Vivera works fast to help reduce the abdominal pain, ease bloating, and support healthy digestion. It helps restore balance to your gut so you can get back to feeling light, comfortable, and in control. Choose for real digestive relief, safe, effective, and trusted for both children and adults. Now available at pharmacies nationwide. Vivera, feel the difference.
Vibes and Soca Cooler Cruise is back.
Vibe City 105 FM
and Team Undrunkables is bringing you
the ultimate soca party experience on Carnival Wednesday,
February the 11th, aboard the iconic ABBA Master. Boarding at 8 p.m. and sailing at 9 p.m.
Tickets are just $250
and are available at all cachet outlets,
Guardian Media offices, Port of Spain and South Park, and online at
islandetickets.com.
Here's how we you come alive with one wine, baby. Hey. With you, I want to dance the night away.
Welcome back. Before we get into our social media details, I'll tell you, I have in my hand the Young King results. I'll treat with that in a few. In case you don't know the winners, I have everything here. And this competition took place last evening. Before we head there, let's remind you ways you can book your spot to join me on the couch. On the Zoom line, you're sending an email to tmb@cnc3.co.tt. That's right. Nice, short, concise, and we'll treat with you in the most professional manner. See you soon. Let's head across to our social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, and X. Very active via the social media world, so stay on top of your news. And there's another platform, another area, another forum to do such. You're doing that via the mobile app, your number one source for verified breaking news on the local, regional, and international front. Also, programming details readily available via the CNC3 mobile app. Yes, indeed. We head across now to the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. Very important. It's 108 years, you know. This year, 2026, the Guardian, they've been in the business, still strong, still pumping, and still bringing out all your top stories. And you can enjoy the Guardian on your laptop, your desktop, or your tablet. Visit guardian.co.tt today for more. Let's head to our food for thought, words to inspire on this Wednesday morning. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief, a matter of fact, will help create the fact. Well done. Up next, we get ready for the World Weather Wrap. And after the World Weather Wrap, I'll get into the results of Young Kings 2026. Hey, Jamark, good morning.
Good morning. In today's Weather Wrap, we head over to Texas, where residents in one Texas beach town are dealing with a smelly problem: dead fish. Over the weekend, thousands of them floated to the surface of Laguna Madre. That's a lagoon near South Padre Island. Now, one wildlife expert said that those are usually used as bait, and the fish were killed by last week's frigid weather. First, they sank to the bottom of the water, then they started floating to the top. Crews are currently working to collect all of the dead fish throughout the coastal town. Now let's take a quick look at some long-term forecasts for the region from CARICOF, or the Caribbean Climate Outlook Forum, based in Barbados. Their 2026 outlook expects persistent ocean warmth driving high temperatures and humidity, with heat discomfort potentially becoming dangerous between May and July. While the dry season continues, a high risk of flash floods emerges in April for the Guianas and the Greater Antilles. Conversely, long-term drought is imminent for the ABC Islands and parts of the Windward Islands. Increased wildfire potential and Saharan dust are also expected alongside frequent dry spells in the Lesser Antilles. Finally, as a weak La Nina transitions to neutral conditions, a potential El Nino by summer could further intensify heat stress and humidity across the region. Now, this is more of a general forecast, and our local Met Office's forecast of a wetter than normal start, followed by dry as usual conditions, still holds. Now, recently we've been getting slightly drier conditions, which is a good sign with Carnival just under 2 weeks away. So the forecast for today, mostly sunny and breezy conditions, not much in terms of showers, just a very low chance of the odd one popping up. We'll also have negligible Saharan dust until over the weekend, when we can expect a mild plume coming in. That's all for today's Weather Wrap. Back to you.
Jamark, thank you so much. That situation out of the US there with the dead fish, I mean, what kind of, like a real Moses kind of scenario there? That's crazy. That's like, wow, I've never seen that before, where it got so cold that the fish died and then it rises up to the surface. And you could imagine the smell. I mean, we all know one dead fish does smell. Imagine you have thousands Oh my goodness. Wow. Jamak, thanks as always, man. Great information. Had no idea. Interesting one there. Let's head to the Young King results 2026. All right, so I will go from 6th place, moving up to the 1st place. In 6th place, Aaron Duncan with a song called Birthplace. In 5th place, Niall Manswell with My Prayer for Peace. 4th place, Nicholas Ashby, Subrike, Nico Ash with a song entitled Special Assignment. 3rd place, Showin Bab, Subrike Become Up with a song entitled Voicemail to Mother Kamla. In 2nd place, Mark Pear with a song called How You Feeling? And your Young King 2026 taking the crown last evening and getting one of the major titles in the carnival, and with this title retiring from the competition, because once you've won the Young Kings, you do not compete again. You leave as a winner, joining the ranks of David Rudder, Cohen Dubois, Marshall Montano, and the list goes on. In 1st place, Rivaldo London with a song called Water Thicker. Rivaldo, congratulations, you are the Young King of Calypso 2026. And I'm sure we will get Rivaldo on the program pretty soon to not only chat about his win, but also to perform that winning track, Water Thicker. Well done. Young King 2026 came to its conclusion last evening at the Queen's Park Savannah. With that being said, let's get ready to embrace our 7 a.m. news update. And I could safely say, let me see what's happening. Do we get a little chance to touch base and continue from yesterday? Oh, yes, we do. Open forum after the news at 7. See you soon.
You are cordially invited.
Art form is only one I have.
Artful, The Invitation, a special night with Nadia Batson and all the biggest names in soca. February 7th at Queen's Hall Garden from 5 p.m. to 12 midnight.
This is a personal invitation to you. One night, just you, me, and the art form.
I'm working on something, baby. Just promise don't bring it back in pieces.
Accept the invitation. Tickets available at Terminal 4 Long Circular Mall, Digicel C3 Center, Eastgate and Independence Square, fax, Arima, and online at islandetickets.com. This is your invitation. 111 R4.
Good morning, I'm Annalisa Paul with Headline News on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. The use of windscreen-mounted devices in your vehicle may soon be a ticketable offence, as government says it has taken note of an increase in its use. Responding to a question in the Senate yesterday on the use of these devices, Transport Minister Eli Zakur said these devices have the potential to distract drivers and obstruct visibility. Minister Zakur said his ministry is now closely monitoring the growing trends in mobile and external devices, as they may undermine the intent and effectiveness of existing driving laws.
This review is aimed at determining whether additional regulatory provisions, clear definitions, or strengthened enforcement mechanisms are required to adequately address emerging forms of distracted driving. The overarching objective remains that the law be responsive to technological change while preserving the paramount goal of protecting lives and promoting safer routes.
It cost the country $1.2 million TT for the Prime Minister and her delegation's official travels to New York and Washington. Responding in writing to a question in the Parliament, it was revealed that the trip to the United Nations General Assembly in 2025 cost just under $1 million TT, while a diaspora event cost around $66,000. And the Prime Minister and her delegation's visit to Washington to speak with U.S. Secretary Marco Rubio cost around $96,000 TT dollars. The Prime Minister said her government spent less than Dr. Keith Rowley did when he went to the United Nations General Assembly in 2023. No directive from the United States was given to the government to halt the long-standing practice of sending nationals to Cuba to study medicine. The assurance comes days after St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip Pear disclosed that his government had been instructed by Washington to discontinue the program. Several Caribbean states have relied on Cuban medical training for years. CARICOM Chair and St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Terence Drew is himself a Cuban-trained medical doctor. However, Tertiary Education Minister Prakash Prasad says TNT has not sent any new medical students to Cuba this year, though he insists the decision was made independently.
The scholarship was offered to us. Right? They've been offered every year. And this year we decided to decline, not because of the U.S. or anybody else, but because of the conditions there the students face, because we have to send food for them and a variety of things.
Those were your 7 a.m. news headlines. We'll have another news update at 8 a.m. right here on the TBC Radio Network.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Thank you for celebrating all special moments with us. For exclusive offers, call us at 701-6488, 701-6680, or 775-9191, or visit our website to order.
Carnival Friday, Frolic Friday, February 13th. Meet us at Fetyard, Queen's Hall, Port of Spain, from 5 p.m. to midnight. Performing live, Voice, Nadia Batson, Mikael Tesha, Destro Garcia, Lil Kerry, Ding Dong, Anika Berry, and more. The premium food-inclusive Cooler Fed. Tickets are $500. Log on to KenSimmonsTT.com for all the info. Frolic for the love of Carnival. Sponsored by Simon's Musical Supplies, Food Hall, RC Mass, and Campari.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chabonas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
Struggling with heart health or frequent migraines? Discover the simple steps to reclaim your energy and vitality.
We're diving into a topic that affects about 422 million people around the world. Diabetes.
Tune into Wellness Unlocked, the series that delivers expert advice, practical tips, and inspiring stories to help you take control of your health and well-being. Your health matters. Don't miss Wellness Unlocked. Watch now on CNC3 and take the first step toward better health.
Let's get into our open forum. Again, congratulations to Rivaldo London, your young king 2026. That's right, Rivaldo. Well done. Hey, Shagonas, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, pleasant good morning, Jason.
Welcome. I'm listening.
All right, Jason. First thing I want to touch on is it would have had an application by the independent senators and also the opposition senators, right, that was turned down by the Senate President, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Weidmark, right?
Weidmark, yes. Not surprised. I said that this morning. I'm not surprised at all he turned it down.
And I am a bit not surprised also, Jason. I have a big issue with the abuse of power, right? And I would have had a big issue with, on the other end, where PNM, right, when they were in office, right, that they were using that, right, to shut down a lot of things, right? But how different are we from them if it is that we continue, if it is we do the same thing, right? I believe that Weidmark should have stood up, right, with backbone and say, yes, go ahead and carry out the investigation. Because here's what I'm saying, right? In these things, we cannot allow emotions to get the better of logic, Understand what I'm saying? You can't substitute accuracy for speed. Understand what I'm saying, Jason? So if it is that an investigation needs to be done with respect to this, that should have been carried out, because this is a serious allegation being made by the Prime Minister here, right? And I thought that some sort of accountability must be brought to it, right? In all fairness to everybody, because I cannot be saying this on one end when the PNM was in power, right, where the abuse of power was taking place, and now I see this happening on the other end here, right? And we cannot say that we're independent. We cannot say that we're going anywhere if it is we continue on this trend, right? The second thing I want to really talk, other 2 cents too, is that the Commissioner of Police, right? I think that he means well, but you see, let me tell you something. A part of a good leader is not only to reward those who do good, but also to scold those who do not so good, who do wrong, should I say. Now, I'm saying to come out in the public and say, well, these men and them, we're going to take their head. But at least you're coming out and you're rubbing salt in the wound by saying that the officers need counseling. What counseling them want? What counseling them? What about the families of the people? What about the young lady who came out of the hospital? Counseling is provided for her? Jason, let me tell you something. We need to wake up and realize what it is we really doing in this country. Understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Have a good day, Jason.
Yeah, all the best, Shagonas. Shagonas again, giving his delivery, his commentary, very passionate about that particular issue. He was one that would have raised it very early, the whole issue there with Joshua Samaru and the police involved, the shooting. I'm seeing where there is a call for protest tomorrow outside police administration building. I saw that correspondence, so I guess they're going to be a gathering outside somewhere in the afternoon, so look out for that. Let's start to Diego Martin. Good morning, Diego Martin.
Good morning, Jason.
Welcome,
How
Diego.
are you?
I'm fine.
Lovely callers. 2 issues. Yesterday you had the TTNRA president, and I have an issue with that gentleman with respect to integrity. In 2021, he discriminated against non-vaccinated people when he said priority should be given to vaccination. And to get that person, I don't believe he should be employed in the public service, particularly in the medical profession, because there's an oath. You have to all your energy towards any patient. The other issue is the Privileges Committee. I am wondering why the independent and the opposition senator hasn't taken the Honorable Naked to the Privileges Committee when he identified the alleged perpetrator of the Akil Chambers demise. That is a serious thing. That was in his also bill. He called out the person. That is how, if we have a thorough, cheap investigation that we are spending a lot of money right in Parliament, we could find out about the pedophile ring and the real perpetrator of that heinous crime. I'll go and have a nice morning.
All right, they go. He will always come in very sharp and then say, go on. You know, just thank you, Diego Martin Shagonas for the comments. Let's now head to Sandy Grandy. Grandy, good morning.
Yes, and a pleasant good morning to you, JW, and to CNC3 and Trinidad and Tobago.
Pleasant morning.
JW, let me show you how this transport minister is out of touch with reality. I have a taxi on the road. The whole back get mashed up, glass, everything. Right? Got it back. That happened in 2024, December. Got it back just last year, December 2025. Moving around for parts and so on. Well, I end up getting a ticket because what happened, the engine and all locked in the blue, right? Because the car was in motion. So I had to do an engine change. So I tell the officer I waiting on the certified copy for the update of the engine change to go and do my inspection. Ticket $2,000. He said I had nothing to do with it. I said, all right. So I got this ticket now, and well, the minister is saying 7 days time you could get everything in order, right? Yesterday was the 7th day. I haven't received my certified copy updated as yet to go for my inspection, right? So the minister is out of touch with reality, right? Now you maybe could fix a bulb in 2-3 days, a day or so, But he is very out of touch with reality.
So you think that extension it should probably be like a 14 days, where you feel 21 days? What might be an ideal?
At least a month, you know.
A month at least.
No, I'm going to pay my ticket, you know. But I will tell the government that is dishonest money that they are collecting from law-abiding citizens. Right?
Grandy.
Yeah.
Well, I hear you, Grandy, and I feel your pain, boy. That tough to pelt out 2,000 this time,
I want to tell Mr. Tabakit, that is Mr. Kisunlal, right? He ordered the GEB to come in. Was no minister, right? Because if people don't read, we have all the information here. It's Mr. Kisunlal. Right? It said, if you read a report this on Sunday, the 16th of January 2022, it said the crowd refused and became vociferous. Man using big words and things, and right? And that is when so who is we here? He and
Randy?
Hello?
Hey, Randy. Oh, like we lost Randy, you know?
Yeah.
Hello, Grandy, I want you to really finish that point because that's a very important observation that you are about to make. Let's head now to Komoto. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome, Komoto.
GW?
Yes, man. Morning.
Yeah, man.
I grew up, I spent some years right opposite LC there, you know, by the post office. Yeah, I spent my primary school years right there.
Yeah, Jay, but you used to live right there.
Yeah, man. You know, I mean, Miss Stewie and Marvin Rayburn, I know everybody down there, man.
Right. This person you're talking to, you know him too good. But why? My contribution is this. If you're fighting a war, and a man puts up his hand, and you shoot him, and kill him, how do you call that a war?
That's a war crime.
Right? So if the people and them put out their hand in the car and the police come and shoot them, what do you call that?
Well, again, the investigation is ongoing, so I myself will not want to. No, we all saw and we know that it'll feel good, it'll look good, but again, we don't know what are the circumstances. So I will have to, at least for me, being a media practitioner sitting in this seat, I'll have to do the responsible thing and not jump out myself and just give a pronouncement. But I must say it didn't look good, it don't feel good, and I'm not happy with what would have transpired.
Yeah. So
to be quite honest.
Why the police commissioner wanted to give the officers all the rank he wanted to send them for counseling? So the parents and the people, them I want counseling. I find it going overbearing for the population of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, well, I can tell you this, Sakamoto, and I want you to stay on the line to listen off here. Every commissioner, from what I remember, would have had a particular moment, would have had some kind of incident that is it's a watershed moment in their career, and I think this is the commissioner's first real test. And let's see how he negotiates and is able to treat with this, the tide and the waters, the currents very strong against him. People are really calling for the commissioner's head. Is that going to be something that we see in real time when he steps aside? I highly doubt it, but let's see how he is able to navigate these choppy waters. We take one more from Tabakit. Morning, Tabakit.
Pleasant morning to you, Mr. Jason Williams.
You heard the caller from...
My clarion call this morning is a simple one.
Yes.
Let us bring back Gary Griffith as commissioner. And let me repeat this to you, journalists and friends. It is time to bring back Gary Griffith and send Guerrero on leave. Buy out his leave and send it.
No, Guevara, not Guerrero, not Guevara.
Sorry, Guevara. Sorry, thank you. Sorry about that. And thank you very much, Mr. Journalist. That's why I tell you, you're a brilliant journalist. You just correct us. And I am saying the time has come to bring back Gary Griffith. I'll tell you why. You see, Gary Griffith is unconventional. And when I say that, he was not cut from that elite, that systematic police system. So his investigation, his command, and all of this will be people-centered to do things. And Gary Griffith took the same law, what they had in the police service, and dealt with the police service and bring Trinidad to a place to say, this is a commissioner. And I make a clarion call via your program to the powers that be. It is time to send this commissioner on leave, swallow your saliva, and bring back Gary Griffith. And let me add this before I go. Jason, you remember Randolph Burrows?
Well, I heard about Randolph. That was before my time. I was very small.
Let me say this. Randolph Burrows is back in 2026. And if people understand what I'm saying, is the same kind of metal Randolph Burrows in terms of that cult in the police service. It's time I call on the powers that be, send this commissioner on leave, and it's time to bring back Gary Griffith to save Trinidad and Tobago.
Tabakit, let's engage for a moment. I want you to stay with me because I'm trying to figure out what do we want as a nation, because again, Randolph Burrows was before my time. But I grew up hearing utterances from family members and just people in general that he was one of the very best, and he was a man had the place in order. And I used to hear about this thing called the Flying Squad, and he arrested his own brother, and he was a no-nonsense commissioner, and he always seemed to be some kind of benchmark, Tabakit, when it came to commissioners, where people rather see a commissioner, boots on the ground, rolling in a razor grass, on the scene with a gun, as opposed to commissioners who would have come on the scene where they're in an air-conditioned office and they're more administrative. So I try to figure out what commissioner we really want.
Well, why I tell you Gary Griffith? Gary Griffith went against the grade with the top brass in the police service. And going against the grade is where the rank and file in the police service will not do what he would have done to get results. And that is what I mean. So if you have police within that Star of David, is within a court and a system to the top there, himself to himself, and if we don't break that mold, I am saying the press, in all due respect to him, the present commissioner is a part of that Star of David, that cult to the top there, and regardless to what you do, say, I will look out for who. For instance, look at the murder, and before I leave, with the young man, which is questionable, for what he said, that speaks volumes. And as I take my leave, let me repeat the call. A clarion call to bring back Gary Griffith.
All right.
Tabakit out and off.
All right, Tabakit. Batting there for Gary. I mean, listen, we talk to Gary all the time. I don't even know, you think Gary even wants the job anymore? I don't even know, based on his most unfortunate dismissal. So again, we find ourselves, in a really, really ticklish place. But it's one we will continue with in terms of after the carnival, this very important conversation of commissioner and what we want from our commissioner going forward. Up next, Tobago Talks. And when Tobago Talk, we listen. Let's treat with the inter-island ferry disruption. Curtis Williams joins me next.
On 00.5 FM in collaboration with Flavour Village presents the Iceland Festival Finale this Wednesday, 4th February. We're moving off the avenue and into the Flavour Village at the Queen's Park Savannah. One night, 4 flavours of soca, 6 hours of music from 6 p.m. to midnight, including Young Brother, Lady Lava, Nadia Batson, Boys, Freetown Collective, plus many other surprises. No invitation necessary. Free entry. No coolers allowed. Experience Rude Boy 2-for-1 specials and drink Rude officially.
Trinidad and Tobago Carnival presents, for the very first time, at the Carnival Village, Queen's Park Savannah, Port of Spain, Chutney Soca Monarch, the semi-final show. Friday, 30th January, showtime 7 p.m. 25 artists. RG the band, 1 stage, 1 night. Only 10 go to the final. Absolutely free to the public. Call 868-468-8728 or email southexevents@gmail.com. CSM 26. Plus.
Struggling with blood sugar swings, high blood pressure, or stiff joints? Take control with Aja Nutrition's powerful wellness trio. Berberine Plus supports healthy blood sugar. Blood pressure support helps keep your pressure in check. And Joint Aid keeps your joints moving so you can stay active every day. Don't wait. Choose Aja Nutrition for trusted, effective solutions. Available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Feel better, move better, live better with Aja Nutrition.
Carnival Friday, Frolic Friday, February 13th. Meet us at Fed Yard, Queen's Hall, Port of Spain, from 5 p.m. to midnight. Performing live, Voice, Nadia Batson, Mikael Teja, Destra Garcia, Lil Kerry, Ding Dong, Anika Berry, and more. The premium food inclusive Cooler Fed. Tickets are $500. Log on to KenSimmonsTT.com for all the info. Frolic for the love of Carnival. Sponsored by Simon's Musical Supplies, Food Hall, RC Mass, and Campari.
Are you an entrepreneur? Make some money this carnival. Just arrived at Tate's. Red crates, cotton candy machines, snow cone machines, popcorn machines, Tabro cab carts, and Atlanta meat saw blades with various lengths. 9296 Abercrombie Street, Port of Spain. Tate's. Make some money this carnival.
This and every Wednesday, Tobago Talks, and when Tobago Talk, we listen. Curtis Williams joins me yet again on the Zoom line, and this is based on a most fluid situation. Obviously, it's one that's causing major disruptions. And because you represent so many of the business interests, you could tell us in real time the immediate impact of this non-sealing, as it were, of the Blue Wave Harmony. I would have seen a massive hole, like it's scraped down on the side. And I mean, this is a fantastic looking vessel. The vessel looks first in class. You know, I know they would have sailed this from the next side of the world and it got to the shores. But for some reason, it's can't sail. And from what I'm hearing, there are major disruptions with the inter-island ferry, the service, as it were. Curtis, good morning again. Great to see you, President. He is the Tobago Division Chamber of Industry and Commerce President. What's happening in real time? What's the latest on the ground, especially with business and getting supplies across to Tobago from Trinidad?
Jason, good morning to you and your viewers, listeners on CNC3. Jason, I'm on the ground. I can give you this thing in real time and you will understand. Real time in Tobago, as we speak, construction sector to a grinding halt. Nothing can happen in construction. The hardwares are all complaining. They have no sand, they have no gravel, they have no blocks, they have no steel. They don't even have cement. I myself have a small construction going on and I need a bag of cement. I can't even get a single bag of cement on the island. So construction, done, finished. Now we move into food and beverage. Up to yesterday, I've been visiting some supermarkets. The essentials in place. We have the normal rice, flour, sugar, water is actually running low. And that's bottled water. And the huge one, some of the suppliers of bottled water indicated to me that there is no water in stock. So what we've seen is that the supermarkets, the food and beverage area, their par levels, the level that they had to trigger them to reorder, they reach that level. They're below that level to reorder. And the reordering now, they can't get the supplies because the spirit is down and the only thing left is just the galleon passage. The galleon passage is like a big pirogue. It cannot carry anything. It can't carry the trucks. The vessel didn't made for that kind of a load. So we know that food and beverage is a bit scarce in bringing there. And so we left with almost nothing to move food and beverage per se. All right, so the stock is there presently now, but give us 1 week, Jason, we will not have stock of certain items. They will be definitely out in the food and beverage areas. So the situation is glooming, and we are asking the government, put something in place. Something have to be put in place. You guys, you're in charge, so you need to come up with suggestions. We already suggested that as the crisis is hitting us, we need a badge or something to bring meaningful cargo to Tobago. And that's the only solution I see now. I'm not seeing anything else on the horizon. Anything else we try will be too late and will be too far gone. But we need a solution right now.
I heard there's even a pitfall as it pertains to the cultural product. The carnival product is being compromised also because of this basic disruption.
Yeah, that's correct. Pan Trinbago canceled the finals in Tobago. It was something that was held for the last couple of years. We all look forward to it. I had a couple of friends who was coming across for it. We was going to have a great time. And then the commerce of it, there was a couple of vendors, the hotels, and the hospitality folks. They were all looking forward to that kind of revenue. It would have been a hectic weekend, busy. From the last year, I can tell you it was a real busy weekend. But now everything is canceled, so there's a fallout with that. So those who are there all were preparing, the small people, the small vendors that were trying to get the little sale, the hotels, the guest houses, well, everything is back to zero. There's nothing for you there. That's canceled, it's gone. And that's all because we don't have a vessel that can bring the players and the instrument across to the island. So being that it is, I can tell you, Jason, and in the construction area, it's really, really, really tough. Really, really tough. Grinding halt. Food and beverage, glooming. Again, as I said, there were some pictures showing shelves. Those shelves in the supermarket were shelves that normally carry bread and stuff like that. So there's no bread on the island. Forget about it. If the bread do come, probably the kids truck, one truck or two trucks, that's it. The bread goes like that. So we have flour, and I know Tobagonians can make bread. So they will have to go back to the old days of making the bread themselves. So there's flour, there's sugar, there's rice, there's oil, there's basic stuff. But give us 1 week, some of those basic stuff will just disappear.
So I know the blue wave, there's the issue with the blue wave, but just walk me through in real time if we could get on record, how many vessels are actually working, and could you tell me what is actually working on the waters right now?
One vessel is working right now. The APT James is the one that's moving. That's a fast ferry.
That's the one the Chief Secretary was sitting on, and he did a video from.
That's correct. That's the only vessel working now. That's the one that only can bring cars. In terms of cargo, we only have the galleon passage. And that's, as I indicated, that's a big prerogative. It really can't carry trucks. It can't bring the items that are needed on the island. It's impossible to put a 5-ton or even a 8-ton truck on that vessel. It just can't carry it. The most it may carry is a 3-ton truck, if they're willing to allow you to put it, because they talk about the hull and damaging the hull and stuff like that. So hence the reason why it can't really carry those sort of cargo. So that's what we left with on the island. And the situation have moved from the 12th, when the Cabo Star gone, till now. So construction material can't get to the island since the 12th. And then the bulk items, because most of these, the wholesalers, the suppliers in Tobago, they can't get the bulk items across the supply in terms of wholesale to the other areas. So hence the reason why they're all bitterly complaining. They're complaining to me. Most of them not coming out and saying anything much, but they do call me on a daily basis, asking me what the Tobago division is doing, what the chamber is doing for them, because things is not looking good. Some of them are members, some is not our members, but this concern is all Tobago. This is not membership of the chamber anymore. This is all of Tobago, and all of Tobago have to come in and chip in, and let's see what we can do. The damage on the vessel is no fault of no government. It was just the captain maneuvering the vessel, ran straight into the pier and damaged the vessel. The Spirit, I don't know what went on there. The engine just break down, and that was it, out of service. So these things, we don't have much control of it. But again, as a responsible government, you have to put things in place. You have to definitely put things in place, and that's what we're asking for the minister to put things in place. So if you have to get a badge or what you have to get, we need something to bring the cargo to Tobago, because the island is getting short. There's, again, as I said, construction halt, food and beverage looming. So let's do something before it really got to that crisis level.
So you're saying the grocery shelves are empty based on the current situation. The Blue Wave, is it in dry dock? What's happening? Any timeline as to when they're going to fix this massive hole on the side of the Blue Wave?
The supermarkets have food. They have food, but the food will not last. There are certain items that will go down. So normally when you used to have 5 flavors or 5 brands, you're down to 2 brands. And then the flavors now may be down to 1 flavor. So that's what's happening in the supermarket area.
And you say bread, and there's no bread on the island?
Forget bread. You ain't getting that, Jason. You have to eat cricks. You have to forget about bread. You know what bread you're talking about. You're not getting it.
Curtis, come on. You're telling me you can't get hops? You can't get bread?
Jason.
A bun? A roll?
You want me to go and take the pictures and show you what I'm telling you? The minute the truck reach, it's empty. I have small business on the island, and my business can't even get any bread. We can't get it. You can't get hot dog bread. You can't get hamburger. Forget that. You ain't getting that. So just keep that off your list. Get cricks, and you're happy with that, or make your bread yourself. Right, Jason? So you're not getting those stuff. Right? That's like luxury item. You're not going to get that. The basic items is here, as I said, you have the flour, the sugar, the rice, and all that stuff. The enhanced products, the cold storage especially, is limited. You will get some issues with cold storage coming up because the refrigerated trucks cannot come on the Galleon Passage. They're not allowing them because they're too big, and hence the reason because cold storage would start to go down a bit. So that's things like sausages and other items that we use for breakfast and so forth, and foods and stuff. Those would be affected soon, but we give them 1 week. According to what the supermarkets tell me, Curtis, I give them 1 week because our back stock is down, and what we have outside is just what we have. And come next week, we will be in a serious situation. That's what's happening.
So if this boat isn't, if the blue wave isn't sorted out, and again, is it on dry dock? What's the latest you're hearing? Is there a timeline? And if that timeline exceeds the timeline?
Well, what we're hearing about the blue wave is that the gashing hole, and they put a Band-Aid on it and take it down. You know, as a vessel, I come from the maritime industry. I can tell you those vessels have to go through. You have to go through your checks, and then your surveyors have to come, and then the insurance agent have to come, because who damaged the boat? The insurance have to come and assess the damage, and all. It's a process. And that process, it can't be no quick. You can't hustle people in that process, because remember, you have to sign off on the vessel being seaworthy. So if the vessel goes out there and it's not 100% signed off, it's implications. So it will take a process, and we foresee that process will go into next week. Hence the reason why we asking in the interim, our learned minister, our goodly honorable minister, Jolene John, I know she's a Tobagonian from Charlottesville, Please look at us. Don't leave us stranded. Don't leave us at all. And whatever the THA could do, please talk to the Prime Minister. Get something to assist us, because you're going to leave. Don't leave us to struggle. We're already struggling with the construction sector. So don't let food and beverage go struggling. All right. So that's what I'm asking as a divisional head. Please, someone come and see what's happening in Tobago and treat with us as a matter of urgency.
Well, President Williams, thanks for keeping us in the loop, for giving us the latest. It's quite alarming what you've just identified, the fact that there are shortages, it's dwindling some of the essentials, and the fact that there is no bread. I mean, obviously, you could bake bread, right? Obviously, I'm sure Tobago, there's no lack of skill in that regard when it comes to bread and that homemade flavor. I mean, Tobago is on top and in charge of that. But I would imagine for the mass production and the tourism sector, and for those who might not have the skill, you have people who really don't know how to bake a bread. So that might be a challenge. Any quick closing remarks, President Williams?
Yes, I know the chief sec tell us to relax and be calm, and but chief, we calm, we relax, but we are hurting. We are hurting our pockets. Things is not happening as it ought to. Our business is not seeing the light to this tunnel, and hence the reason why I indicated, yes, I understand your plight, but I want you to do something. Talk to the Prime Minister, get something, whether it's a badge, I don't know what you can do, but we asking you to do something for us here in Tobago, and that's all I could ask from the chief.
President Williams, thanks for touching base. Keep us in the loop, and I hope things are resolved immediately. All the best. Keep safe.
Thank you. Okay.
Well, that's a major development there out of Tobago, but we're going to bring it back home as we touch base with TTIVF. Dr. Catherine Minto-Bain, she checks in right after the break to treat this morning with, again, the new location, Icon Plaza. I saw it, from on the highway. Yes. Spanking new building. Dr. Catherine Minto-Bain, Medical Director of TTIVF, joins me next.
The work done, so we live it. We have life, can't complain.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Carnival Friday, Frolic Friday, February 13th. Meet us at Fetyard, Queen's Hall, Port of Spain from 5 p.m. to midnight. Performing live, Voice, Nadia Batson, Mikael Teja, Destro Garcia, Lil Kerry, Ding Dong, Anika Berry, and more. The premium food inclusive cooler fair. Tickets are $500. Log on to KenSimmonsTT.com for all the info. Frolic for the love of Carnival. Sponsored by Simon's Musical Supplies, Food Hall, RC Mass, and Campari.
It's Jay's exclusive Big Carnival Sale. Get 25% off everything store-wide. All departments, no exceptions. Sale ends February 15th. Jay's exclusive Big Carnival Sale. JD's, Princestown, San Fernando, Rio Claro, Gasparilla Mall, and M6 Plaza Chaguanas. Your low-price headquarters, JD's.
This week, the Review Tent continues home with Ladies' Night on Wednesday, 4th February. 2 persons on 1 ticket. Admission $350.
Then on Thursday, 5th and Friday, 6th February,
it's the Calypso Review Tent Stars on full display. Admission $200 with Sugar Aloes along with the Review Stars. Pink Panther, Skatey, Devon Steele, Singing Sonia, Michelle Henry, Mighty Diamond, Saint Nick, Nicole Grace, Maze, JD, Fire Tender, Sasha and Moses, Tempo,
Kurt Allen,
Nisa, Alana Sinette, Lackaman, Organizer,
Orlando Octave.
From Barbados, Mighty Gabby, your MCs, Marcus Batiste, Tommy Joseph, and the Chairman. Tickets at the Review 10 box office, SWWGU Hall. This is your opportunity to experience the Calypso Review tent. For info, call 797-5850.
With lots of giveaways.
This is what Calypso is all about. Showtime, 8 p.m. each night.
I'll have a hammock in the backyard, yes. So come let we rock the bush, my heart, yeah. Come let we go out and swing just a little. Rock.
Hey, welcome back. Dr. Catherine Minto Bain joins me live on set. I was telling Dr. Minto Bain on the highway, I looked to the left, I say, hey, there's the Icon Plaza. I found it. You can't miss it. It's a spanking new building. And I guess you're one of the first of the couple businesses that would have, put down the anchor.
Absolutely.
At the location, yeah.
Yeah, we're thrilled to be there. What an amazing place it is.
It is. It looks really. I really need to come and check out the decor and see some of the fine works inside and just kind of meet the staff. So I'll make a little time and do that. Of course, Dr. Catherine Minto Bain, good morning to you. And I know lots of focus, yes, on the aesthetic, the building itself, but I know more so it's about the experience. And from what I understand, you have coined it as patient-centered. That is the essence, the ethos, really, of the clinic. Could you expand on that?
Yeah, so it's an amazing opportunity to build an IVF clinic, a fertility center from scratch. Number one, you want a fantastic building with really good amenities. So, I mean, you need to be in a new building with incredible quality because that quality comes through in everything that we do. But it's patient-centered because from the minute the patient walks through the door, everything has been thought about to really maximize their experience, make them feel supported. The whole thing is about confidentiality and privacy. It's when you walk in, you'll see it's serene. It's got these beautiful colors and decor to make you feel calm, supported, and hopeful. And there's a lot that goes into the back of that. That's a scientific adventure, basically, and it's been an amazing one, and we've achieved it. It's really incredible.
I'm curious, Doc. If I'm a patient and I walk in, how do I know the person I'm dealing with is absolutely qualified when it comes to, obviously giving me the info, putting me in the right direction as it pertains to, having an addition to the family, having for those who are not parents yet, for having that newborn. How does one know? I'm really curious.
That's a really good question, and I think in TNT sometimes that's actually quite difficult. You need to know that when you're walking into this IVF clinic, this fertility center, that you're walking into a place where people are qualified, they know what they're doing, and they're true experts, because you want the best success rates. You want to have that baby, and that's really important. And that's where it all comes down to our team, and it's actually why we closed the 2 clinics that we had and moved into 1 new clinic, because we brought the whole team together, and they're internationally trained. So you've got scientists that are internationally trained, doctors that are experts in fertility. And how do you know that they're experts in fertility? Well, we're accredited. And that's what you do. You ask to see somebody's inspection certificate. If you're going to do fertility, you have to be able to do everything. There's a doctor that tells you, oh, well, I've run out of things I can do. I can't do that and I can't do that. That's not fertility. If somebody can't do IVF, that's not fertility. But you need to be inspected, certified and accredited. And we have European, they're scary people, the European accreditors that come down and they inspect us and they go into the lab. You'd expect that. They check everything. They check our air quality, but they check our certificates. They check our qualifications. They make sure my HR team has not just looked at my certificate, but they've called where I did my reproductive health diploma and my medical degree, and they check that they're real. So it's about quality and certification accreditation.
Yeah, best practice as per usual. Doc, I saw on screen while you were giving us all the information what looks like testimonials. Could you walk me through what I'm seeing here?
Yeah, I mean, we've always had patients who love coming to the clinic. And what we are seeing coming through a lot more now is that people are saying, yes, it's not just that I got my baby and it was wonderful, but they put me, I was guided along, I was supported the whole way. I mean, they talk about me, but my staff are brilliant. And so people's experience is exceptional. People come to us for second opinions. They've been abroad, they've had a terrible experience. Yeah.
So you spoke about the family feel.
And we love that. I mean, that everyone who comes through the door, we want you to have the family you want, and people feel that. They know that that's true. And it might be from Ray, who's my receptionist on this morning. Yeah, they get the support from everything.
They say they felt heard and seen. Let me tell you, we take for granted how important it is to feel heard and seen and to be given that kind of individual attention.
Yeah.
It is something that really goes a long way. Yeah, I mean, you could tell. I mean, as you would have said, many of your you know, it's probably over the years, like, could you count the amount of godchildren you have now, Doc?
I tell you something. I think some of the nurses do more of the support work. They have more babies named after them. They have more godchildren. But yeah, it's lovely. And it's lovely when people bring back the children to meet you. We've got pictures of babies on our walls, but we've got pictures of teenagers on our walls. You know, we have families we've created. And I think that's another way you know that you're seeing a fertility specialist. When you come to the clinic, I will ask people, you know, what's your dream? What's your family size? What are your wishes? Not how am I going to help you get pregnant, but how am I going to help you have a really healthy family? And there's lots of strategies for doing that. It's not maybe just one IVF cycle. Lots of things we can do.
And of course, you're seeing the location there, the spanking new building. So you're in building B. So I've seen the location. It's on the highway. It's on the left as coming into Port of Spain there. What part of the Icon Plaza are you located? Is it like a one plaza? Is it upstairs, downstairs? Or
no, it's actually spread across quite a large site, and we're at we're not the highway end, we're the other end, opposite the police station. And what people might not know is it's not just a beautiful fertility clinic. In there is the most sophisticated IVF lab anywhere in the Caribbean region. So we have that's Amari. Good morning, Amari. He's in our andrology lab. That's where we do the sperm testing. But alongside that, there is the most incredible air purification system. That is the IVF lab. It is the most phenomenal place. The air quality in there is the purest in the Caribbean, and our team is seeing the most amazing success rates. That's Rhonda, Charlene, and Ray. Those are your amazing admin ladies in the new reception area. They know everything about IVF as well, so talk to them on the phone.
Why is it important to have that purified air, the cleanest the cleanest of clean in this space?
Because anything in your air can affect embryos, could reduce pregnancy rates, could reduce success rates. So you have to filter out. People think about bacteria and viruses. Absolutely, the system we have captures and kills bacteria and viruses. But you may not think about air pollution, Sahara dust. That will slightly reduce pregnancy rates. We see an increase in miscarriage rates sometimes when the Sahara dust is bad. The biggest problem we have in the Caribbean, though, is mold. Mold in the air, mold in old buildings. You renovate an old building, you can't get rid of mold. This new build that we've done and this catch and kill IVF lab, it's called Life Air System that we brought in. You're talking millions of US dollars from the US invested in this new equipment. It catches and kills not just all those nasty bugs, but the mold as well.
And it's invisible to the naked eye, but it's around. It's
around. We have particle monitors. We can see what's going on in our lab. But yeah, you wouldn't know it's around in the air.
Wow, Doc. I mean, exciting times. You've really come into this new year with a bang, I must say, and it's exciting times ahead. Well done to you and the team, and just keep us in the loop as per usual. So God's spare we get a chance again to touch base next week.
I think we are. Yeah, we've got so much to talk about. It's an exciting time for fertility. There's a lot that's changing. Just a shout out this morning to the 2 fertility specialists who work with me. You see me on TV, but the 2 other accredited fertility specialists in TNT, it's me, but it's Dr. Brickell Timothy and Dr. Terry Ann Rampol. They are an amazing team, along with all the scientists, all the admin, all of the other people that work in the clinic. Everybody is well trained, and a shout out to all of them with the hard work that they do, and the nurses, the whole clinical team as well.
Dr. Catherine Minto being touching base with us on this Wednesday morning. TT IVF, Icon Plaza right there in Aranguez. Check them out today. We take the pause, we come back and get into some of the action via the Carnival Brew. We transition into the music, into the energy to take you all the way up until 8 o'clock. I'll keep my guest as a surprise. You'll see who when we come back.
Switch off everything, you don't need a phone. I have a hammock in the backyard, yes. So come let we rock the push me hard, yeah. Come let we go out and swing just a little. Rock. I go sing and you play in the fiddle. Rock. Just like the ocean.
Trinidad and Tobago Carnival presents, for the very first time, at the Carnival Village, Queen's Park, Savannah, Port of Spain, Chutney Soca Monarch, the semi-final show. Friday, 30th January, showtime 7 p.m. 25 artists. RG the band, 1 stage, 1 night. Only 10 go to the final. Absolutely free to the public. Call 868-468-8728 or email southexevents@gmail.com. CSM 26.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry.
Whatever your hair. Smart at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Carnival Friday, Frolic Friday, February 13th. Meet us at Fetyard, Queen's Hall, Port of Spain from 5 p.m. to midnight. Performing live, Voice, Nadia Batson, Mikael Teja, Destro Garcia, Lil Kerry, Ding Dong, Anika Berry, and more. The premium food inclusive cooler fair. Tickets are $500. Log on to KenSimmonsTT.com for all the info. Frolic for the love of Carnival. Sponsored by Simon's Musical Supplies, Food Hall, RC Mass, and Campari.
This week, the Review Tent continues home with Ladies' Night on Wednesday, 4th February. 2 persons on 1 ticket. Admission $350.
Then on Thursday, 5th and Friday, 6th February,
it's the Calypso Review Tent Stars on full display. Admission $200 with Sugar Aloes along with the Review Stars. Pink Panther, Skatey, Devon Steele, Singing Sonia, Michelle Henry, Mighty Diamond, Saint Nick, Nicole Grace, Maze, JD, Fire Tender, Sasha and Moses, Tempo,
Kurt Allen,
Nisa, Alana Sinette, Lackerman, Organizer,
Orlando Octave.
From Barbados, Mighty Gabby, your MCs, Marcus Batiste, Tommy Joseph, and the Chairman. Tickets at the Review 10 box office, SWWGU Hall. This is your opportunity to experience the Calypso Review Tent. For info, call 797-5850.
With lots of giveaways.
This is what Calypso is all about. Showtime, 8 p.m. each night.
The road starts early. You can't wait for nobody. Long road ahead, but you're ready for it. Pick up your Astamin. Energy to move. Juve is not play. Once you start, you can't stop. Road ready, body lining, spirit high. Astamin helps support your energy when you're on the road from early. Jump up, stay up. This carnival with Astamin. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Tune in to Betterments with host Bass, Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. for a program that educates and is solution-based. Bass tackles the issues that matter to you, providing a platform to speak your mind and find solutions. That's Betterments with Bass, with a focus on education and resolution. This is all about making things better for you. So if you want to make a difference and have your voice heard, tune into Freedom 106.5 FM and join us for Betterments with Bass, Monday through Thursday from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Better for you. Only on Freedom 106.5 FM, where we believe that your voice matters.
Take me home. Take me home. Take me to a place.
Well, I did not mention who is here because it's a special surprise. I mean, no stranger to the program, no stranger to the Carnival stage, the creative space. Mohammed, he's here with me from Freetown Collective. Big up to Lou, wherever you are, my brother. Lou is the man who coined Carnival as a hurricane and a blender. I will never forget when Lou told me that at Mikaltesia show in Normandy last year. I said, no, partner. I'm a liar. You guys really, you have tapped into such a special space for yourself. Obviously, coming out of the success of last year,
yeah, man.
You're showing that full consistency and the Kaya gone, right? Kaya gone.
Give thanks.
And I always remember when I saw you at UE some years ago, and I said, Mohammed, as much as you're opening the show, I say the day will come where you're in the prime time, and I think that prime time is now. I'm seeing so much of you guys all over. I know tomorrow, the Friday before Carnival Friday, the Friday coming up. You're probably crazy.
From tonight, you know.
Oh,
really.
my goodness.
And then we have rehearsals for our show, which is on the 8th, which is on Sunday.
Yeah.
So
what's the venue for Songforge again.
Yeah. So welcome to Freetown, looking real nice this year, real nice.
Full theatrical experience again?
Yeah, good vibes, man. Yeah. Kutin there, Teja there, Kilo there, Ray there, and 1-2 surprise.
When you did the recording, the mix, the master came back for Kaya, you got a gut feeling, you knew
before that, boy.
You tapped in.
Before that, all I had was, she have a pot on the fire, on a flame when she cooking, she have a government name. When the government name line come to me, I was like, nah, I have something.
That's a hard line though. She have a government name, but
of course she good looking. The thing is, like I keep saying, like I do see how you could write that now. Like I sit down and say, yeah, this. It's just them things just come to you, and once that come to you, it's like, yeah, this is it. This is it.
Proper stuff, bro. And I mean, it's in the mix. It's one that has been able to cross over again with the young, with the mature, and clearly, it's speaking volumes to where you are at right now and what's the limitless potential of Freetown Collective.
I think for me, one of the things I'm most proud of the song Kaya about is that for so long, there's so many things they tell you in soca, and whenever people are approaching the thing about women in soca and they're singing about women is generally hypersexualized or something like that. And Kaya is just this song about celebrating women women and the essence of women, you know.
Yeah.
They don't have nothing inside of there telling nobody to do nothing. And I'm not saying that we don't need those other songs as well. I'm just saying the balance of things is necessary. That's all Free Tongue saying, you know, balance the thing. Yeah.
Of course, and that's what you're here for, man. So we're going to take a little bit of it, and then we come back before we officially wrap things up to get all the information concerning Sunday, and just where we can find all the music and all general information about
might
Free
come out
Tongue.
of nowhere, right?
Have you ever I just pull it out the place, I just walk with that mic right there. Let's enjoy one of the smashers, the bangers of Carnival 2026, Free Tongue Collective with Kaya.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy.
Good morning, Trinidad, Tobago, Grenada, the world. Give thanks explicit, Mavon, Blue, wherever he is. Yeah. Step out of my dreams to my real life. Cause girl, I wanna know what you feel like, yeah. Come closer to me, let the stars align, yeah. In the middle of the night, you bring the sunshine. Miss Lady, she have a pot on the fire, burn a flame when she cooking. Just rock wherever it is. She have a government name, but I call she good looking. And she look innocent, but she know what she doing. Whoa. It's not the pot on the fire, but the seasoning she put in. She have me balling, Kaya, Kaya, Kaya. Good Lord, Miss Lady, Kaya, Kaya, Kaya. And you drive me crazy, Kaya, Kaya, Kaya. Good Lord, Miss Lady, and you drive me crazy. Yeah. So I tell she, hey, hold on, right there. I love it when I see in front of me. Slow down, time it. I love it when I see in front of me. Hold on, right there. I love it when I see in front of me. Slow down, time it. I love it when I see in front of me. She have a pot on the fire, wanna flame when she cooking. Yeah. She have a government name, I thought she good looking. And she look innocent, but she know what she doing. Oh. It's not the pot on the fire, but the season she put in. She have me balling, Kaya, Kaya, Kaya. Good Lord, Miss Lady, Kaya, Kaya, Kaya. You drive me crazy, Kaya, Kaya, Kaya. Good Lord, Miss Lady, you drive me one more time. So I tell she, hey, hold on, right there. I love you, I see in front of me. Slow down, time it. I love you, I see in front of me. Hold on, right there. I love you, I see in front of me. Slow down, time it. I love you, I see in front of me.
I love it when it's sweet sometimes. Yeah, look now. That is tune.
Sweet.
Oh, God. Super sweet for 2026. Mohammed, are we getting all the info in terms of Free Tongue Collective, tickets for the showcase, and of course just ways to find the music and to purchase the music?
Right, so we have tickets available on Island E-Tickets, tickets at Häagen-Dazs outlets. It's real simple, real simple. Soundforge Sunday, the 8th, which is this coming Sunday. We have a beautiful cast. We have Putin, Teja, Ray, Kilu, you know. So have somebody up and coming and somebody established.
And for bookings for Freetown?
Bookings for Freetown, book wearefreetown@gmail.com. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Free Tongue Collective. Much love to the entire team. Again, consistency, love and passion. You feel it in the music.
And we in the Calypso Monarch semis on Saturday.
Skidappak, how you feel it?
How you feeling? I must do it.
You have to do it. Mohammed, all the best, brother. Happy Carnival. Respect and manners. Yes, man. With that, we make our exit. God spare back for more tomorrow. All the best, TNT.
Drive me crazy, yeah. So I tell you, hold on, right there. I love you when I see in front of me.
The Morning Brew is brought to you by Omega XL. Live long, stay strong.